AI has transformed majority of the industries, and including healthcare. However, most people do not know how to combine the power of machine learning, and GenAI could quickly launch your AI product within 90 days. And in this episode, I invited team ProviderMatchAI to show you how you're able to quickly launch your product in the space of healthcare within 90 days. Hey guys, this is Dr. Nancy Lee, a direct product featured in Forbes. I've helped thousands of people land a dream PM job offer in FAANG companies and unicorn startup and continue to get promoted as product leader. In this channel, I talk about tech trends and free product management training. Like and subscribe to our new video every Tuesday. Hi, Mariana and Quinn and Farah. Welcome to Product Insider Podcast.
Hello. Hi, Dr. Nancy.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, so glad to have you
Hello,
guys.
Gwen.
Yeah, welcome. So glad to have all of you guys.
Glad to be here.
Awesome. So glad to have you here today. And actually, your team is one of the top team who launched the real life version of AI ML product, especially in the B2B space. Why don't we get started regarding introducing yourself to the audience, and especially what's your background and how do you upskill yourself in AI and so quickly? And Mariana, why don't you get started first?
Hi, everyone. My name is Mariama Jabati. I am an AI product manager with over 5 years of experience across the healthcare data space, life science commercialization, and product strategy. Most recently, I completed the AI PM Accelerator program, where I led a 17-person cross-functional team to build an AI-powered provider matching product, which reconciles fragmented healthcare data into a single reliable source of truth in 90 days. And I'm especially interested in building AI products that tackle real healthcare challenges and make complex data more usable and trustworthy.
This is beautiful, Mariana. You have been in healthcare for a long time, and it's always your passion to see how people use AI and use AI to quickly transform the entire industry, especially patients' experience as well. I'm so glad to have you. And Farah, you are an AI engineer. Tell us about your background and how you upscale yourself in the AI space.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Nancy. So for the past 2 years, I've been a self-learning programmer for full stack AI engineer. And for ProviderMatchAI, I was the co-lead engineer, and I was overseeing the developer and the data science team.
Gwen, can you quickly introduce yourself? I know you are an AI designer. Tell us more about your background, how you grow yourself in the space of AI.
I'm Gwen, and I'm a master's student in UX design at Wilfrid Laurier University in Ontario, Canada. My background is international business, and I also have experience in marketing and graphic design. And I'm currently focused on learning and designing AI powered products. And on ProviderMatchAI, I was the UX UI designer responsible for the end-to-end MVP interface. So when I moved to UX, I noticed that products are increasingly AI powered nowadays. So, but the problem is that designers they don't have much knowledge on how to design like good AI powered product. So that's really inspired me to learn a lot. I started learning a lot. I feel that I am lucky to have the chance to be part of PM Accelerator program because I was given so much training and material for me to learn by myself. And I also use AI, of course, Claude for self learning. Yeah.
Beautiful. And like everybody is using the combination skill set regarding leveraging Claude, the AI tool to learn, and also getting more advanced coaching, especially building a real team. And now let's talk more regarding your product and specific Provider Match AI. And Mariana, can you tell us more regarding what is Provider Match AI? Who is the end customer? What is do? And then maybe you guys can give us a demo.
Sure, we can do that. Thank you so much, Dr. Nancy. So basically, all of us have experienced this in one way, one form or the other. You get referred to a specialist. You call the number, and it turns out that the doctor doesn't practice there anymore, or isn't. It's not even in your network. So basically, what happens? You kind of come back to square one, and you keep calling and starting the whole process again. And most people will often think of this like, as a healthcare, thinking of this that the healthcare doesn't work. And it's not often the case. Often the case, the issue is a data problem. The same provider can show up differently across system, different name formats, different addresses, sometimes even different IDs. And those systems, they don't communicate with each other. So someone has to figure out who does that. And and this is how to does that. And sorry, like, someone has to figure out how which records is actually correct. And today this is being done manually every single week. And the people dealing with this are the data analysts in the healthcare, the pharma, the med tech. And when we spoke with them, the same problem keep coming up. They are spending 20 plus hours a week just reconciling provider records. There is no clear audit trail, no explainability. And a lot of these decisions come down to like manual lookups and judgment calls under time pressure. So we built ProviderMatchAI. Instead of doing all of this work by hand, ProviderMatchAI is a tool, AI-powered tool that ingests the data from multiple sources, compares the records across key fields like the name, the MPI, the address, and specialty, and scores potential matches from 0 to 1. The key difference here is it explains why for those scores, like in plain, simple language. The analyst gets to quickly validate the match, make a decision in seconds, and every decision is logged. It takes the guesswork out of the whole process, which is what we had mentioned. And their existing tool, however, these tools are often built for large IT teams, requiring long implementation, heavy infrastructure, and not designed for the analyst who actually has to walk through this messy data on a deadline. This is the gap Provider Match is trying to fill.
Mariana, I was so surprised to see that people spend 20 hours per week to massage or clean up and matching all the healthcare data. Is this like everywhere in the industry? Why people don't use any existing tools to help out?
I mean, this is a problem that is well known across the industry. As I mentioned, a couple of the fields where it's applied. Oftentimes, there could be tools, as I mentioned, but those are enterprise level, and they often don't take the analyst into consideration. So, and in our case, actually, this is a problem that was very close to my work, where I had to work on a project that required to, it's a provider matching project, and a portion of that, as I mentioned, I'm a consult in the consulting space. A portion of that required me to do the analysis of the work, and I had to deal with provider data from multiple sources. And we were expected to spend at least 60 hours per person in a team, which is almost impossible. We have a 40-hour work week, which means people have to rush through. There's a lot of errors. So it's a problem that is very burning issue, and it leads to a lot of downstream problems. Patient not having treatment in the right time, organization losing money. Is almost approximately a 3 billion industry-wide problem. So
this is crazy.
We're trying to work here.
3 billion industry-wide problem. Now, I am very curious, what does this new solution look like, leveraging AI and the machine learning? Farah, are you able to give us a demo for your product?
So the analyst will upload their data set to be matched in our system with the providers that they have. And then we upload it. Then we would standardize the formats. We would go through the matching and the matching script for this as well against our 9 million records as our internal data sets. Then these scores, as you can see, their processing has been complete. The 900 matches are ready. We can find all these scores now that have been the cases have been triaged, so you can see that there's high, medium, and low confidence, and you can also see the scores there, as I was mentioning. Now, if the analyst wants to filter through just to test things around, they can with the high confidence, medium confidence, or low confidence. Or if they're just testing this out for the first time, they can look at a case. So let's take, for example, one case. Which is a medium confidence. Now you can see that they can compare their fields with their data set they have uploaded and our internal data set. So for example, the MPI matches, maybe the address is different, there is no organization provided. And if they need a little help, there's an AI explanation sharing why or why not these fields match, and then why given the score. Now, based on all this information, the analyst can now decide, okay, would I approve this match? Do I reject this match? Or do I flag it for manual review? So, for example, the analyst approves this match that, okay, these two records are the same person, they're the same provider. We can then go to the review queue, where you would see that that now approved match would go to the golden records tab. Now, if we go back to all the cases, if, for example, you would like to filter through, for example, high confidence, and the analyst is sure in this case that all of them are true matches, they can now auto accept all these matches to go to the golden records tab. Then, if you go to the Golden Records tab, you can select all these records that are now our ground source of truth and export them. So for further review in the future.
So that's a very comprehensive product. Let me ask you this. So what's the secret developing AI product from was in just 2 months, and especially lesson learned building it from 0 to 1 so quickly?
Yeah, I think for us, and I can say, and the others can chime, from the PM perspective, it was very, very important to have early cross-functional alignment between the AI, the data design and engineering team, so that we doing that to kind of reduce any ambiguity and keep the team moving. So it was very crucial for us to do that, and I think that helped a lot, and it also helped us see which tasks are dependent and which is dependent on what. We can get the whole flow of the different pipelines, work streams, and then we are able to anticipate where we could potentially see a bottleneck or a blocker, and we're able to avert that. So another thing for us really is cutting down on the scope. As you see, it's a very we could go on the whole tangent, because there's a lot of cool stuff that we would want to have. But one of the things that really help us is really having to define that user flow very early on, and seeing what is really important from the user perspective that they want this tool to do. So, and we focused on building that simplest version of the tool that the user can actually see. They can actually see the impact in a short time, and then we can now build on the other functionality post MVP. But that was very important for us to really understand the flow for the user and have that set, and across the whole team, engineer, designers, the data, all understand what is happening across these different work streams. And I think that really helped for us in general.
That's a
And
great
overall trust and team in the team was, having to trust each other, and having an amazing team dynamics plays out a lot. So because there was a lot of challenges, and we had encountered, and because of the dynamic we had, we were able to overcome them.
Beautiful. I think the most important skills in the age of AI is being able to manage teams, manage real humans. To be very frank, based on the speed of how AI develop in the coming few years, many tasks will be replaced by AI. And a person who believes that the only skills cannot be replaced by AI is actually human relationship, leadership skills, communication skill, and then including managing conflict. Those important skills can never be replaced by AI, especially nobody want to be managed by your AI boss. You need a human to manage others, right? I'm glad you guys mastered those very well in terms of human relationship. So you mentioned challenges. Let's dive deeper a little bit. What challenges they actually face when you deploy and implement the AI strategies and technology?
I think the one of our biggest challenge we faced, and we really did not anticipate that to some extent, was the data. So because we were dealing with the provider record, that's like 9 million records that we had to train the model, like do actually do the labeling for the training pairs and all of those things. So it took a lot of time, and that that aspect of the build was dependent, the rest of the engineering work was dependent on that. So we had to like have the team, from the PMs, the engineers, everybody chime in. It was less about like, oh, this is my specific work per se, but the areas that could be done outside of the data, because we had the data scientists, of course, like labeling and all of those things. We had collaborative efforts to actually move that process much faster. Also, we had the computer we were working, the data scientist was working on crashed. So we had one of our team member, Farah here, had to use her mom's computer, and it's like a super pocket. You can talk about that, but like she had to like bring in a mom's computer, and maybe I can let you explain that a little bit, Farah.
So my mom's computer had 64 GB RAM, and it was able to process all these scripts a lot faster because we were dealing with like a laptop crashing because of, as Mariama mentioned, 9 million records. So luckily,
Yeah.
it came in handy. And anytime in my free time, I would, our data scientist, she would send me, "Hey Farah, can you run this for me?" And I was able to. So that helped a lot to get our work done faster.
Yeah.
Is your
And
mom
to
a
make
gamer?
things worse, we lost a data. Sorry.
No, my mom is
Go
not
ahead,
a
I'm
gamer.
making a joke. Just do her computer. Mariama, what you gotta say earlier?
No, I said to make it worse, we lost a data scientist in the middle of the project. So we had two data scientists, and the data is heavy. Most of the work is dependent on the data, and then we lost the data scientist. So it was a hot, a lot of, I would say, again, it comes with having the team really believing in the problem that you're solving. So everybody know, if they have a background in this, they can chime in. And that was really we were able to really help. It was really to help us move our products build in a much within the time frame that we had.
That's very insightful, especially you guys are very agile and really being resourceful, solving problems there. So Gwen, as a designer, are you facing any challenges? Especially lots of people say designers get replaced by AI anyway. Tell me more.
I think that for designer, when designing for AI products, one challenge is about trust, like I've mentioned earlier. Users usually be really skeptical about AI results. They tend have a tendency to not yet believe it until like the design kind of give them a heads up or an explanation about why did the AI make that suggestions. Yeah, so we couldn't just show the confidence score, so we needed the AI to explain itself. So in our product, we are our product is different from other competitors on the market because we have like we did some research with other competitors. They just show the confidence score, but for us we have like the AI explanations, like it gives explanation to user that why did it make that decision. So it gives the user the trust and also the confidence. And I think designer nowadays, I've been reading a lot of news that we are getting replaced soon, but I don't really believe it. Like I mentioned, I did research on competitors, and some of them have like I feel like they used AI to generate UI design. When I try to use the product, I just don't, as a user, I don't feel intuitive at all.
You guys brought in really good point. What I believe is that right now the most important skill set is not get replaced by AI. It's actually using AI and understand how AI is going to transform how people use AI, trust AI, and how AI being able to process the data without hallucination or with like minimum hallucination, so still able to get the best result. And I also personally believe that the best way to really grow in the AI era is by building hands-on experience, getting the real user, because no users You cannot have data, you cannot see hallucination, everything is in a prototype phase. Prototype nowadays, everyone can just wipe code, prototype something. So it's no longer common advantage. More important, get hands-on experience. And I have a free download with top 20 AI product ideas to get real life AI experience people can start working on right now. And you guys should go to pmsir.io/AI product ideas to download this. I'm also going to link the free cheat sheet in the description of the show note as well. Now let's talk about something very technical. What tools and models have you leveraged to create the AI product? So let's have someone technical talk about this. Maybe Farah, you talk more regarding the technical element of the tools and models you used.
So for AI-assisted coding, we used mainly Claude and ChatGPT. But for the project itself, we used an XGBoost model classifier. For the backend, a fast API, Python. And for our scripts, we had everything on AWS EC2 and our database on RDS. Then for our front-end framework, we used Next.js.
So tell us more about why you select certain AI models. You guys had two things, right? You have machine learning model, you also have GenAI element. Tell me more regarding what machine learning model, what GenAI model have you used, and what's it look like, and why?
You can take that.
Regarding
the
the classifier model, we were also considering LightGBM, but time did not allow us to test that model as well. For the explainability layer, we stuck with Grok since it did the job well, but we were also considering using Claude.
Yeah. So we had like a Grog, we had Grog, Claude, and then deterministic fallback. So first, since Grog was free for us, so we considered the cost implications. So Claude was like, we had to use Grog, and then for higher cases or more significant ones later, they can, that is not generated not giving us good input from Grok, then we can use Claude. But we didn't have to use it anyways for our MVP. We only had Grok.
That's very smart. And especially cost of all those APIs and tokens for those like AI tools is actually very expensive. And our company have two AI product, AI interviewer and AI resume. I see how much the bills I get through those AI product. And what I found out is the most expensive AI credit, depends on how you use it, actually is Manus AI. I use Manus AI for lots of AI agent tasks, and actually very expensive. Use my credit within like 2 days. It's like crazy. I keep on upgrading myself. Now almost paid $1,000 for different kind of like credit need to be used. And also very smart. You guys are controlling your costs. The basic level use free version like Grok, and then the more advanced use more like expensive stuff, which also preventing lots of startup or lots of like early MVP stage of the AI product and start die out just because they couldn't afford all the expensive API costs. That's very, very smart regarding how you guys did it. So now all sounds very exciting, and I do want to ask this question on behalf of the audience. How can people test and use your product, especially those kind of medical professionals? Where should they go?
They can go to our website, and we will have it in the video, but go to our website.
It's ProviderMatchAI. Right now it's hosted on Render. So that is temporary until we have our own website. So the URL is providermatchai.com. We can send the link. It will be in the description.
Awesome. Great. Cool. We're going to link in the description. You guys should totally go check it out, especially if you're one of the analysts and spending 20 hours per day, per week, crunching data. That's impossible. We need to leverage your AI to be more productive. Now, let's talk about career growth and advice. What advice would you have to advance their product management career or AI designer career or AI engineer careers, especially for all the audience today? They are interested growing their career in AI. So what advice would you give them? So Mariana, you go first. You can represent advice for AI product managers.
Sure. Thanks, Dr. Nancy. I think from the AI product manager point of view, I always say it's good to be very ready for pivots, like be ready to learn, like open to learning. The AI space is growing very fast, so you have to be willing to learn new tools, new frameworks that it's been used in the space. And one of the areas for us in terms of, like, I would say, having to get the experience was doing the AI PM bootcamp, and that was very, very helpful for me in really transforming my understanding from a theory, like what I think, okay, AI PM, AI or product managers do, to actually getting a hands-on experience from building a product from ideation all the way to launching and actually having to get users to start testing our product. So I think just being open to learn, like seek out resources to grow, and don't feel the industry is going to change. Use AI as a tool. You are the expert, you have a domain knowledge or expertise, then be able to leverage AI to be able to do your work and be able to solve problems and build amazing products that you're proud of, and you make a difference in the lives of people.
That's beautiful. For people who want to check out our AI PM bootcamp by working with team of engineers and data scientists, developers, you should go to our website, pmstart.io, to learn more. I'm also going to link in the description of the show note for you guys to download the syllabus and also talk to our team to see if you qualify for the program. Now, Farah, let me ask you this question. Lots of people say AI is about to replace developers. What advice would you give to today's AI engineers or developers?
As many probably know, if you've worked with AI and AI assisted coding before, it can hallucinate. So it is great to test yourself even with when you're reviewing the code. You have to make sure, what you want is implemented, and you're also the one in charge of making these decisions if this is correct for your product or not, or your project that you're working on. And it is helpful to get things done faster, but at the end of the day, you're responsible for what the AI produces and the code quality.
Very beautiful said. So in short, you guys are not get replaced by AI. In short, you need to monitor AI. AI is your intern. You guide AI, use AI more efficiently. And very well said. Quinn, as a designer, what advice would you give to other designers out there who want to break into AI?
I think my biggest advice to adopt humans first thinking and human-centered design thinking. It gets really excited if you know what AI can do, and we have ideas to design around that models. But the best products I've seen, I think it should always start with the question. So, what are the users struggling to do right now, and how can AI make that easier, and which part of the user flow that AI can actually make it better. So yeah, I think we as a designers, it's always crucial to start with your user first.
That's very beautiful, very well said. Human-centric design, which is true. AI does have a soul. You think of yourself giving the best answers. But are you guys aware that recently on Oprah Winfrey's show, there is a therapist? She just conducted a therapy session of a human with his AI girlfriend. It's like crazy. I think people are trying to use AI to replace human in some extent. However, the human-centered design is the most important part, or we're just missing who we are, just like the TV show Her. You guys should watch it. I think it's very creepy, and we shouldn't go that way. It's more about how can we design it in the right way, let AI to serve us as an intern or assistant. So now let's talk about the final question regarding growth. How do you guys grow yourself professionally and personally? Because I am a big believer of growth mindset. It's very critical to continue growing. So how would you guys grow yourself professionally, personally? So let's rapid fire. What about you, Farah?
Working in a professional team environment, since I've noticed myself as a person, I've changed after working with ProviderMatchAI, especially how I think and how orders should go, or how planning should go, task delegation, how to communicate with the rest of the team effectively, giving updates. It's really helped me as a person.
Beautiful. What about you, Quinn? How would you grow yourself professionally and personally?
So I'm technically I'm actively learning how to integrate AI into the design process. As you know, everything is super fast right now, especially in the UX field. So I'm learning about how to use Claude, Claude Code, Claude Design, connect Figma MCP, and lately Figma just released Figma Agent inside a Figma file. So I'm trying to learn everything as quickly as possible so that I'm ready for any kind of job and projects.
Awesome. What about you, Mariana?
I would say what has been said from the design and engineering point still applies, but to add on to that, really as PMs in this space, I feel like you have to be ready to learn, like have a thirst for knowledge and growth, so because the field is moving fast, and you have to be open to learning and upskilling yourself as much as possible as these changes are happening.
Beautiful. Very well said. And so that we can get ready for the fast AI revolution. And finally, for all the audience, if you have any other follow-up questions or want to check out the product, make sure to go to their LinkedIn profile and website. I'm going to link it in the description of the show note. And the most important thing we need to do in the space of AI is actually getting hands-on experience, and make sure to download our top 20 AI product ideas to gain more real-life AI experience. I can link it in the cheat sheet of description of the show note. Anybody who wants to learn more about AI product management bootcamp to gain hands-on experience, just like Farah, Mariana, and Quinn, and make sure to go to our website and submit application to talk to our firm or to talk to our career advisor by going to pmstart.io to learn more. I'm also going to link it in the description of the show note for the application page. Thank you for joining me today. So glad to have you guys.
Thank you, Dr. Nancy, for having
Thank you.
us. It was
Dr.
great to
Nancy,
be
glad to be here.
here.
Thank you, Dr. Nancy.